Hey everyone, it's Steve from the garden. Well, it's midsummer. I have the last of the garlic to get out and flip that over the corn. And then I also pulled the rest of my onions and I'm going to flip those beds over to something else too. We got quite a bit of rain last night, and so getting this garlic out is going to be kind of muddy, I'm sure. Probably really should have did this last night, but this is what we're working with, so this is what we're going to have. You can see the corn that I already transplanted for the other garlic. It's already starting to size up from when I transplanted it, and the leaves are now nice and green. The nitrogen that I added to the bed beforehand definitely helped perk that back up. Now some of these Chesnok Red bulbs are already looking pretty nice. I mean, that's a really nice sized bulb for Chesnok Red. This is to full harvest. I have quite a few really nice bulbs in here. I'll show you in just a second. I had so many really nice sized ones, it's kind of hard to choose the biggest ones. But like these 9 right here are definitely very large, and I'll be saving these for replanting in the fall. And these are the smallest ones, which definitely not big, but not terrible either. I planted 60 cloves in the fall, and I ended up with 58 plants I harvested. Now, I think maybe 2 or 3 of them were kind of planted close together, where maybe I didn't divide the cloves properly, and that's where some of these came from. But overall, a very good harvest. Now that I have the garlic pulled out, I'm going to do the same thing with this last row where the garlic was that I did with these rows where the corn's at now. And then I'm going to dig a trench, put down a pre-plant fertilizer, and then put the last row of corn in. And I'll do the same for both beds. I have the corn put in, and I buried the drip tape and hilled the soil around the corn. That should give them a good solid foundation to get started. And same with this bed. Even though this corn was planted a little bit later than the first garlic flip over, they should be able to catch up. Now, for the past week or so, I've been harvesting the onions as they topple over, like these ones. So these are some of the Patterson onions, and they're pretty good size. But I have a really big one I'm going to show you in just a second. Now I have a few here. These are also Patterson, and these are all really good size. Now the stem's so good on most of these. Like this one, you can see it's all flopping over. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull that one. And, that thing is like a full hand size. For the candy onions, I also have a big one here that's also ready for harvest. So, I mean, that thing, now candies do get even bigger than the Pattersons do. And then coming up, this one is even bigger than that. There's another big one right there. Now that I've harvested some of the onions, I have space where I can put my next round of basil in. So I got the plants ready, and I'm going to be able to take advantage of the drip irrigation system that's here. So I'm just going to dig on a hole, pop that down in there, and cover it back up, and get that drip irrigation right next to it. As I said earlier, the onions are all cleaned up, and all the plants I transplanted in place of the onions are getting established. I did put some lettuce in here in addition to the basil. The same is true in this bed where I got some lettuce planted in here, and I'll put some more lettuce to kind of fill in these gaps as I get the next round started. In this area I'm going to put my fall carrots, but that's going to be a separate video. I have something special planned for that. With that said, that'll be the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you got something out of it. And we'll see you on the next one.